What's up, y'all? It's Trill 3L's Trained Element. So I want to do a quick review on this Boosie album, man. It's called Boopac. I really don't do album reviews like that, but I think I might start doing them, and I'm gonna start off with this one. But this album dropped December 15th on Friday, man. Today is Wednesday, and I have been listening to this album ever since it's dropped. When I get in the car and I go somewhere, I'm pulling up Apple Music, putting on that Boosie album. Or when I'm in the house sitting down drawing, sketching out some ideas, working on some art, I'm putting on that Boosie album, man. I have just been listening to the album. It's that fire, man. I'm not gonna run down all the songs on the album, but I'm gonna, talk about some of my favorites, man. But what I do want to say is, Boosie. When I first got introduced to Boosie, I was a young boy. It was like before '06, cause he dropped that what was that Badass album in 2006. But I heard like a project or two before that, you know what I'm saying? And I was feeling what he was not what he was saying, but just the vibe of the music, you know what I'm saying? And some of what he was saying, because I really didn't know everything he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? But fast forward to like everything he put out after '06, I wasn't really feeling, because there's other artists that I like. I started liking like other genres as well. And me wanting to do music, I just been branching out, listening to everything. But his music didn't really resonate with me. I would hear songs here and there that I like, but as far as a full body of work, full project, haven't really listened to. Now fast forward to this year, when I hear him when I see one of his interviews on Vlad TV, I'm like, okay, I like where his mind is at, you know what I'm saying? I like his perspective on things, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in society. I don't think, I don't totally agree with everything he says, but his perspective is interesting. So I said, okay, let me go check out some of his work again. Listen to it, and I still find myself skipping songs, right? But when this album dropped, the Boopac album, from start to finish, every song is fire. Every song fits together perfectly. This is a 24-track album. Artists really don't put out albums like that are that many tracks, yet alone every song being in place. Every song seems like it fits on the album. Some people, they'll drop an album, right, and they don't know how to do tracking. As far as like, what I mean by that, they don't know how to put the album together sonically. Like one song, and this one song might be the intro, right? But how the vibe of the song and how the rest of the tape sounds, that song should not have been the intro. Certain songs sound better when they come right after another song, depending on how the beat is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out which song is going to sound right after the other song. That's what you call like fluidity or whatever, or the album goes together sonically, right? But start to finish, like one of my favorite songs on this album. I'll probably do a top five, but the first one is Don Dada. That is the first song on the album. It's featuring B Will and Lee Banks. I never heard of them before, but their contribution to the record is probably what makes that record have that West Coast sound. Because I don't know if they from Louisiana like Boosie. They're probably from the West, but again, their contribution gives it that West Coast sound, and the beat even has that bounce to it. And then you hear Boosie on the track. Everything fits together perfectly. How your vocals fit on the beat, it plays a part on if the song is going to resonate with the listener as well, not just what you're saying, or not just how the beat sounds, or not just how your voice sounds. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to fit together perfectly. Dundada is one of my favorite songs. I like Webby, I Remember. He's talking about his relationship and his brotherhood with Webby. You know what I'm saying? What they went through coming up in the game. He got another song, Me and My Mama. I think that is a dope song, and I'm very critical of songs that if an artist is talking about their mom or a close relative, or you know what I'm saying, touchy situations like that. I'm very critical on, because just because you talk about a subject matter that's close to you as an artist, doesn't mean that song is going to come out well. Like I've heard songs, I can't think of them right off the bat. Um, but I've heard songs where they're talking about a touchy situation or someone that's dear to them that they hold dear to themselves, but the song doesn't really resonate. You know what I'm saying? And so that goes with anything. When you making a song, whether it's a song with a message or a song with like a particular subject matter that you want the crowd to hear what you're saying, that has to resonate with them as well. Everything has to fit together sonically, and I'm gonna be saying sonically a lot in this vlog. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only word I can think of right now, so y'all can get what I'm saying. But that word sums up everything with this album. So I like that song, Me and My Mama. Dope song. He got a song, Real Friends, talking about the qualities of a friend, the qualities that a real friend should have, the qualities that they shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? This whole album, he's talking about being a man, growing up in the situations that he grew up with. He talks about betrayal. You know what I'm saying? He talks about a lot of subjects. He talks about his bond with his son, you know what I'm saying, with his children and all that. He talks about everything. His jail time. He talks about him having cancer, him beating that. He has another song, Trust Nobody. That's the last song on the album. That's pretty much the same subject matter. You know, talks about his, what's the name? You know, his cousins stealing from his other little cousins and all that. You know, saying you can't even trust family. Like, and that's, you know, that's sad to say, but you really can't trust nobody. If you do trust people, you just still gotta be on your square. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You can't just expect certain things from certain people. But my favorite song on the album is a song called Wrong Role Models. And what I like about this song is basically he's saying he's a role model, but he's not a role model. And what he means by that is he know kids look up to rappers, singers, entertainers, celebrities, basketball players, all of that, right? But that's not always the best role model for them. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, how he reacts to situations, the things that he talks about, the things that he's around. Other kids should not be growing up looking up to him as a role model. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of aspects of his life. And so, and he recognizes that. But, however, even though they shouldn't be, they do look up to him. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he also explains the reason why he's that role model that shouldn't be a role model is because how he grew up, the areas that he grew up in. You know what I'm saying? He had the wrong role models. He was looking up to the dudes that had all the monies, the cars, you know what I'm saying, that was doing the things that they wasn't supposed to be doing. We ain't even got to get into, you know what I mean, his lifestyle. If you listen to Boosie, you know what I'm saying, you know what he talks about, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of my favorite songs on the album because I how you know, just the vibe of the song and what he's talking about. Another one of my favorites, just purely off of the vibe of the song is called Cocaine Fever. Again, I like how that's put together sonically, how the vocals sound on the track, the vibe of the song, how the hook, how he structured the hook. I like how he structured his verses and his hooks on a lot of the records. So I forgot what record it was, but it was one. It wasn't Cocaine Fever, but it was another record where he's rapping, but he starts off like he's talking like he's in a conversation, different from his just regular, you know, poetic, you know, rapping style. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just talking, not really rhyming like that. It's a little bit off beat. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit off beat, and then like near the end. Not near the end, but as he progresses, he gets into like his regular rapping style. But then at the end of the verse, he'll start rapping off beat intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Not because he just couldn't find the words to rhyme, but just he's switching it up. You know what I'm saying? I like when rappers do certain things like that and it fits. It works. Some people will do it and it's like, I noticed what you did there and I don't like it, but it sounds dope. But yeah, Cocaine Fever. I thought that was a dope record, just the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what else to say about it. In that record, he's talking about the effects that drugs, have on the community. Um, how it's being pushed. He talks about, BG dropping the album, you know what I'm saying? That's mainly what he was talking about. Uh Jeezy coming through when Jeezy was in his prime, that '05 when he dropped that Thug Motivation 101, you know what I'm saying? That's the main basis of his album, you know what I'm saying, of Jeezy's album. So everybody, you know what I mean, he's following that, you know what I'm saying? Following that motto. So he just talks about a lot of things, but again, this album is just mainly talking about him, being a man, what being a man is to him, you know what I mean? His family, how he grew up, you know what I'm saying? His the battles that he had to fight through and overcome and all that. But if you have not heard the album, go listen to the album, man. It's a couple other albums that drop. I think that Eminem Revival dropped on December 15th. I listened to that album. I ain't gonna tell y'all whether I liked it or not, because I'm gonna do a recap on that too. It was another album that dropped. I think Scarface album dropped, but I only listened to like the first or two songs of that album, so I can't do a recap on that yet. But I'm gonna try to get to that. But if you listen to the album, let me know how you feel about it. If you haven't, go listen to it and then let me know how you feel about it. Comment, rate, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss nothing. Trill 3L is $1 trillion man, y'all. Peace.